All right, what else we got here?
Hey, Theo, it's Colin. Hey, man, it's December 1st right now. And, you know, it's supposed to be the holidays where everyone's all happy and shit. But, man, every year, this time of year is the worst for me. Like, everyone's supposed to be happy during Christmas, and I'm just sitting there trying to just pretend to be happy, but it's tough. I don't know. And I got my birthday this month, too, and, like, everything is supposed to be good, but it's always just a rough time of year. I was curious if you ever dealt with that or had any advice. Appreciate you. Gang.
Yeah, man, thanks for the call. Was it Dylan? What was his name?
Hey, Theo, it's Colin.
Colin, sorry. Yeah, dude. Dude, there's sometimes when I get on here to do this podcast where I am not as happy as I, this is this is me, like kind of not maximum happiness, but there's times where I sit down and I think about stuff and sometimes I want to I don't want to be happy. I want to either be more earnest or I want to be more like share things that I'm scared of or fear. I think there's times like that. There's times where I feel some responsibility, like, oh, well, I can't have people listen in and they're listening to some guy be sad. That's shitty. What's even going on then? And not in a heavy way, but yeah, it's like, sometimes I'm scared. I'm scared about stuff. I'm scared if everything's going to be okay. That's like a big fear that's always with me. And I don't even know where it came from. It's been there my whole life. Is everything going to be okay? Think about that fear, right? I'm just thinking about it out loud. I've never really even thought about it. What an insane fear. I've had it since I was a kid. Is everything going to be okay? I've never said it vocally out like this before. That's an impossible thing for somebody to carry around. That's realistic, right? Of course, everything isn't going to be okay. But to think that there's some kid that is like, that as a kid or as a young man, I was walking with that all the time. And then it still sometimes is like it's like a bead of sweat that, kind of shows up on the shower door of my brain sometimes, Yeah, is everything going to be okay? Fuck no, it's not. Some things will, some things, but it just, that weird feeling. But I think there's two sides to this. I was talking to my friend Chris today and he was saying he was feeling kind of down. And I noticed this, if I do those things, like I can isolate during the holidays as well. And that's not good. During Thanksgiving, I kind of showed up to my family and I didn't have the best attitude. And I knew in my head what was going on. And there were moments I was able to work through it and show up and do okay. I think I wanted to spend some alone time with my mom. I didn't get that. And so when things weren't going kind of exactly the way I wanted them, I turn, this side of me comes out that's, you know what? I'll cut myself off from people. It'll be like, oh, things aren't kind of perfect here right now. Then I'm not going to apply myself to this situation. I'm going to cut my emotions, my feeling. I'm going to kind of keep everything away from you. Things aren't exactly the way I want them. I'm going to keep myself from you. Right. And really, I'm just hurting myself, but also I'm kind of I can be kind of like not helping the environment around me. But that's been a thing of mine over the years. I realized like, a way that I'll try to hurt somebody's feelings is I'll try to keep my love away from them, which is kind of crazy to say out loud, I think. And I don't know exactly what I mean by it, but I've noticed it at times. Like, oh, this isn't kind of the way I want it, then you're not going to get any of me. I can kind of know what I'm saying, but part of me doesn't know exactly what I'm saying. But did that make any sense, Trevor, you think?
Yeah, it's just like you close off, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I'll close off. And sometimes I'll only be home for a certain amount of time, or I'll only be around family a certain amount of time. So there's not a ton of time for really us to have time together. And even in those moments, it's like I'm gonna shut down here, you know? I can tend to kind of get that way. But brother, I think, don't expect too much out of the holidays. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself. But try to bring some joy to yourself. Go do something that finds you some joy. Do not isolate too much. Because you also can bring joy to other people, you know? That's the worst part about when I shut down, is what I'm really missing out on. It's not really me, like, it's just like, if I show up in a good mood, I can help somebody else have a nice time. You know, maybe I can play with the baby, or I can see my friend's dog, or I can, tell my sister she has a nice shirt, or that she looks pretty, or, I can do little things. I can sit and play a game. I can do something. I can talk to someone else at the family get together that I don't know. It's like if I don't shut down, if I don't get in that selfish way, then I can just be a part of what is of the best situation. Not for me, but just what's the best possible outcome. Is that I just try to show up with a smile on my face. How can I help? But yeah, sometimes you have to pretend to be happy, man. Here's the thing. You pretend to be happy, eventually you will be. That's the craziest part. You pretend to be happy, eventually you will be. I think anything, if you do it, you're like, actions first. People think you have to like, think it first. No. You can't think yourself into right actions, but you can act yourself into right thinkings. Can you look that up for me on Perplexity, please? Who is one of our sponsors? Thank you, Perplexity, for helping us figure stuff out. Yeah, many people can act themselves into good thinking because behavior often reshapes beliefs, emotions, and self-image over time. So I think it's like, you don't have to pretend that everybody's happy. Maybe you're not the happiest guy. You don't have to be Santa. You could be one of his elves that smokes behind the wood shop. You don't have to be the best guy. What about go watch Bad Santa? Just do a gateway package into some sort of holiday vibes. Watch Miracle on 34th Street, but then watch Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I'm saying? Do both, dude. You can do, you know what I'm saying? There's a mix of everything out there. But I do believe that if you show up and you find a place to show up that feels kind of comfortable to you, to your birthday, whoever invites you over for your birthday, or if somebody calls you, if you try to show up with the best parts of you, even if you have to pretend, that I think the best parts of you will meet those pretendings halfway. I believe that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think you can act your way into feeling better. But you don't have to, dude. Yeah, Christmas gets on a lot of people's nerves, especially this time of year. It's hectic. There's so many things to do. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't over-isolate. It's a balance. I think everything is. But I appreciate you calling, dude. I appreciate you. Because, it's like, fuck, sometimes we all have to pretend to be happy. But I think that's a lot of things. I have friends in marriages that tell me, it's like, dude, every day you wake up, you don't want to be married. But on some of those days, you just pretend that you want to be married, And then you get to the days where you do want to be. So I don't know. I know I've just rambled a lot about me and I didn't help you at all. Or not that I was trying to help you or that I don't know shit. Look at me. But fuck, dude. What are we going to do about America? That's a big question, But blessings to you, dude. Happy holidays. And thanks for just being here and letting me think with you out loud. Love you, brother. And I'm going to send you a birthday present. So I will reach out and send you a birthday present. And Yeah, and I hope if you don't join a bunch of other people and feel great there, that we can find ways to feel great with ourselves. Good enough. That's the even crazier trick. It's like, because sometimes I'm using going out to see people and do things just to get away from myself, which is crazy. Just to get away from those moments where it's me and me standing there in the living room of my head.